Hi, my name's Christina Freeman, and I'm going to be going over the 13th and 14th pieces for my art show, There's a Problem. This 13th piece is called Don't Be Distracted, and it is a drawing we did of Brigham Young. I was on mushrooms again when I took this piece. This is my second mushroom piece. I've only done mushrooms 4 times. I want to say that I'm not a drug addict. That's an important thing to throw out there in a world full of people who would prefer that I'm a sinner. He smokes weed rather than the torture thing that I am. Rather than be the torture. Yeah. Anyways. Being this tortured thing, I felt quite a connection to the suffering I felt when I drew Brigham Young. My artist just took over it. We painted the piece white. This was a frame that we bought at DI and we made it our own. I had just listened to Lindsay Hansen Park's tapes. This was a discourse Brigham Young gave to the saints, scolding the single young men for being horny. They were his competition. I mean, I think it's very healthy for a 22-year-old man to lust, you can call it, to have sexual feelings for women his age, but Brigham Young didn't like that very much. He said he and Orson Pratt talked about how monogamy was a scourge. That's what I'm talking about here with the robbers. He said when he talked about monogamy, he went all the way back to Rome and said that's why Rome fell apart, was because they were monogamous, and he said that men are very sexual creatures and monogamy is not suited to appease those sexual feelings, so let's just have it be holy concubines. You can call them polygamous wives. What is our duty? It says he's talking about all the spirits who want to come to this world, and he says, what is our duty? It's to provide tabernacles for them. It was all about making babies. And some of the men, not being financially equipped, they said, I don't want to have multiple wives because I can't afford them. I can't take care of these families. And Brigham Young said, you don't have faith. I think he gave some bad advice. That's my take, at least. I never meant to cause you pain, I wrote. I also wrote some lyrics from Sufjan Stevens. I'm not fucking around. That was fitting, because Brigham Young insisted over and over again that this wasn't about lust, but yep. Whether or not it was, the theories I disagree with. This piece here, I'm going to pull them together. It's not framed yet, so I'll just show you. The first part, it's young Emma when she's hurt and dismissed. She could not trust Joseph. She had ordeals like with the Partridge sisters, who they had been secretly married to Joseph in her house for a month. When Joseph said, we got to tell Emma. So they told Emma, asking her for permission for something they had already done. And she consented, but then she did not know how to handle living in the house with those sisters, knowing they were his wives, and this was at a time when she was denying polygamy. She denied polygamy until the day she died. So that's, here she's hurt and dismissed. Here I capture an Emma who's a little more pissed and over it. I wrote in green, I want to explain real quick, automatic writing. That's a characteristic of DID. It explains my art. I don't look at the paper when I draw. Things just come out. It's not planned, but it's very prolific. So I wrote in green, not sure where I was going with this green, and then made me think of the Giving Tree. I don't know if you guys have read that book by Shel Silverstein about the tree that gives away everything until there's nothing left but a stump. And even that they offered to the little boy to sit on, and I feel like that was Emma. She gave so much, all of who she was, for this man she couldn't trust. The truth has settled in. There's a tree as old as me. Branches were sown by the color of grief. The lyrics actually said green, and then I thought, oh, green, that makes sense why I used green earlier, but I heard grief. There's a tree as old as me, as branches were sown by the color of grief. You know what, I was going to name this piece Understanding Emma, but I might just call it The Color of Grief. I like that one a lot. So that's it for the 13th and 14th piece. Thank you for watching.